This is one of the thinnest, lightest business class laptops I've ever held, with a ton of tech custom designed to fit every millimeter of space inside. At just over a kilo, the ASUS ExpertBook Ultra is perfect for me because it hardly adds weight to my travel bag, which I care about because I have a really bad back. Usually with something this light and thin, there are some severe trade-offs, so I wanted to see if something like this could survive a week like the one I was about to throw it into. So instead of just testing it out on a desk, ASUS asked me to take it on a flight all the way to Taipei, into ASUS's headquarters, into the chaos that is the COMPUTEX show floor, up to a volcano because Wednesday got interesting, and then all the way to Bali, where I am now. A week of intense battle testing all over the world. So let's find out how it fared and what my experience has been with the ASUS ExpertBook Ultra. And thanks to ASUS for sponsoring this video. Now, everyone throws around the word portable and then makes a video from a studio. It's one thing to say it, it's another to find out how it feels after hour 9 on a long haul flight, especially when the guy in front of you has reclined fully into your sternum and you've got about the working surface area of a cocktail napkin. Interestingly, I'm hyper productive on flights and I had a pile of stuff that I needed to get through on the way over. Emails, research, scripting, scheduling, planning, rehearsals, and even some editing in Photoshop and DaVinci Resolve. The real test on a plane is obvious. Does it even fit in the space? At 10.9 millimeters thin, it slides in and out of my bag easily and sits on the tray table with room left over for a drink. With all the travel I do, there's a reason why I don't use a 16-inch laptop anymore. 14 inches is perfect. I need all the room, space, and reduced weight I can get. The ExpertBook Ultra is running all this on the Series 3 Intel Core Ultra X7 processor. I'll show you what it can handle later on. On a plane, the part I cared about was how the battery held up. In fact, on this flight, I wasn't able to get the charger to stay in there, it just kept falling out. So charging is never guaranteed while traveling, which is exactly why battery life is critical. ASUS claims up to 24 hours of battery life, which is hefty for such a small laptop. Your mileage will depend entirely on what you're doing, and it drops when you lean into it with heavier tasks like Photoshop or DaVinci Resolve, like any other laptop. But the whole anxiety of working on a plane and the gamble of whether an outlet even works is essentially gone. That's a big deal, especially on an international flight. One more thing that surprised me, the screen is a 3K Tandem OLED with a matte finish. Cabin lighting is often a mixed bag. Sometimes the sun's blasting through the window, someone's got their overhead spotlight on, you know, whatever. And the crazy thing is I could still see what I was working on. Having a matte finish is way nicer than a glossy panel that feels like you're looking in a mirror, especially when you have all that variable lighting. So for the first test, portability on the ExpertBook Ultra is the real deal, not just another marketing buzzword. It's light enough that it doesn't hurt my back, thin enough to fit into a backpack stuffed like a burrito of my dreams, and small enough to not feel overbearing on a flight. And the battery life is long enough to get me to the other side of the world. I'm curious, if you travel for work, what have you been hauling around and what has been your experience? I've brought some massive bricks with me in the past and I'm just over it, but let me know in the comments. Day 1 in Taiwan wasn't COMPUTEX, it was a visit to ASUS HQ. Reviewers love to say something is durable, but we don't always get to see or learn how durable it is. How do you know it'll handle a drop when it slips out of your hand? The abuse of being shoved in and out of a bag for hundreds of flights, or getting twisted around in a bag packed to the brim. Visiting the ASUS HQ was a great opportunity to learn more about the durability and the design of the ExpertBook Ultra. Now, before we get into it, if you want the full spec sheet, a deeper dive, or you just want to know where to get one, there's a link to it in the description to the official ASUS page with all the configurations and details. All right, back to my time at ASUS HQ. Now, I wasn't able to film everything specifically in the testing labs, but I did get to see more about the internals and build of the ExpertBook Ultra, and it was generally impressive. The chassis is a magnesium aluminum alloy, CNC machined with a nano-ceramic coating rated at 9H hardness. ASUS says it's stronger than aluminum, and they put these through a military standard testing regimen. And that puts it against extreme temperatures, drops, vibrations, and more. Now, I'm not gonna run my own drop tests, but one of the other creators there had already accidentally dropped his, and it still looks brand new. I gave mine a solid try at flexing it, and it barely budges, which is wild for something this thin. It honestly feels amazing in the hand, easy to casually grab and hold on to with just a few fingers, and the nano-ceramic coating makes it nice and grippy, and anything that tries to scratch it wipes right off. They also wanted to show off how loud and full the 6 Dolby Atmos certified speakers are, so I had a chance to do something really funny. Yeah. I totally did that in front of all of the ASUS marketing and engineering employees, so how could you not? Also, the speakers are shockingly good. I don't know how they managed to make it sound that good in such a small chassis. The other half of the day was security, and I know security is the part that everyone skips. Here's a short version. There's a physical webcam shield. An ASUS Expert Guardian is built to meet a US government firmware security standard called NIST 800-193 and has a self-healing BIOS, a dedicated security chip, chassis intrusion protection if someone cracks it open, and it self-locks when you walk away. It even uses post-quantum cryptography, so it's protected against the security risk that quantum computing is going to bring down the line. Basically, if you're a secret agent spy and people are trying to get into your computer, this is a solid setup. Or your IT department will love it because it gives you a seriously secure hardware foundation. Or if you're just a normal person like me, it's great. That's what makes a business laptop business. Now I'm curious, if you have a wild hacking story, I want to hear about it, so leave a comment down below. Tuesday was the first big day, COMPUTEX. The scramble and the chaos begins. COMPUTEX is one of the biggest computer shows on the planet, with tens of thousands of people stampeding around. This is where the weight, thinness, and the reliability come in. A show floor stress test is a totally different animal from benchmark scores, which is why I'm not gonna read you a bunch of numbers. There are plenty of fantastic creators who have already covered those. This is about how practical it is to use in a stressful, chaotic environment. Between all the booths, I was reviewing notes for my first ever hosting event, working on scripts, researching, checking specs and details, taking notes, planning the videos I needed to make, including the script for the video that you're watching right now, and trying to keep up with the bazillion emails stacking up, all without regular, easy access to power. First, I kept falling in love with how thin and light it is. It's easy to pull in and out of my backpack, and light enough that I could just carry it by hand and do something quick. It feels nearly as convenient as carrying a tablet, if that makes sense. What I wasn't expecting was how reliable the Wi-Fi was. At a show like this, holding a consistent signal is a war zone. Everyone is on it, everything's congested, and that's normally where it all just falls apart. I held a signal throughout the show, and the speeds were surprisingly good both down and up, which was a huge relief. ASUS redesigned the antennas for this generation, making them noticeably better than those on the last ExpertBook. On one of the most demanding days of the trip, when everything I needed to do hinged on the laptop, it pulled through without me thinking about it twice. It was thin and light enough that my back thanked me, and the battery crushed through the whole day without hardly a dent. I was looking forward to Wednesday. This was my second time in Taipei and my first time leaving the city to explore. We started in the middle of Taipei and drove up into the mountains to see volcanoes and steam rising from the ground, then opened to a beautiful, expansive grassland with water buffalo grazing. It gave me a real chance to test out the ExpertBook Ultra in environments way more extreme than a desk. I worked in the gaps, at a cafe, and outside in bright sunlight where I could still see my screen. You know, it's kind of crazy. The sun is right here, beaming directly at this display, and I shockingly can see what I'm working on. I'm typing on here, and then you have the matte display, and it's helping diffuse things so it's not a giant glare on the display, and I can type whatever I need to. Also, surprise, there's a touchscreen under that matte Gorilla Glass screen. I think that's really convenient when you can't find your cursor no matter how much you wiggle it around. At the Quingtingang grassland, I totally probably butchered that. Just feel free to make fun of me. But there are these adorable water buffalo there. Hey, I have a question. What do you think about the 50-watt ceiling for performance? Do you like it? It was just beautiful and peaceful. A nice moment of rest amongst the chaos that is COMPUTEX. I was able to capture shots on a phone I'm reviewing, film bureau of the area on my camera, and handle the ExpertBook Ultra, all by holding everything in my hands. This has been the easiest dual wielding setup I've ever had with a laptop. It's easier than just carrying it around and then taking it out of my bag and putting it back in all the time. And the feet on the back make it really easy to hold. I can't stress how impactful being this small and light is. I normally never walk around carrying a laptop in my hands. It's always in my bag when I'm not using it. I rarely even use a laptop in a car. It just feels too inconvenient. But the ExpertBook Ultra is so convenient and unassuming that I've been using it a ton in the car, just tethering it to my phone and just getting to work. From the middle seat in the back of the van, I was even organizing and cutting video into DaVinci Resolve. Then we stopped at Kama Coffee Roasters and I caught up on some urgent emails. The keyboard and trackpad have been fantastic. The keys have great travel and feel, so I'm never fighting them, and the trackpad is haptic instead of the usual diving board style. I can't tell you how happy this makes me. It's so much better than the typical trackpad, and I've wanted to see more of this on Windows laptops. It's just wonderful. We finished the day at the Hot Spring Museum in B2 and had dinner at the top, overlooking the city lights. What stood out the most to me is that I stopped thinking about my laptop. It just blended into my gear. I just had it with me. I wasn't managing it, babying it, worrying about the battery, or stressing about it getting scratched or damaged. It was just along for the ride and ready when I needed it. If you've got a good travel setup that allows you to work from everywhere with no friction, let me know what your setup is, because I'm always trying to refine my travel kit. Thursday was my last day at COMPUTEX, and it was all about capturing everything I needed before flying out early the next morning. I only had a few hours. That was it. I had no second chances to capture on-the-floor footage after this day, so I was locked in, juggling the dozen things still on my list and forgetting to eat until dinner. I didn't even notice the laptop. It just kept up while my brain was somewhere else entirely. This was a far more DaVinci Resolve heavy day than the rest of the trip, and that taxes the battery harder than emails and scripts do. It held on just fine, and on the off chance it hadn't, with no plug available anywhere in sight, I had a power bank ready to go because it can charge from a 5-watt to 20-watt charger. That's really nice because that means I don't have to pack another charger just for my laptop. Now, I haven't had a chance to use the noise canceling mics, but they use AI based upon your specific voice to isolate it and capture it even in a loud environment. The one thing I kept wishing for all week was eSIM. I was tethering to my phone the whole trip, which works, but when you hop between countries the way I do, just loading an eSIM for wherever you landed would mean one less variable, one less device in the chain, and no babysitting your phone's battery to stay online. I'm super curious, would you like an eSIM built into your laptops? Let me know in the comments, because I would take it in a heartbeat, and ASUS is curious to know how much demand there is for it. I got everything that I needed done right before the show floor closed, which was a relief. We then headed to a night market to celebrate another COMPUTEX and eat some good food. And then the next day, I kept using it on the go, from the airport to the plane, all the way to Bali. After a long, hectic week, I'm glad to be in Bali. From the flight to the show floor to the outdoors and back into the chaos of COMPUTEX, the ExpertBook Ultra handled it all without flinching. I came away really liking it more and more every day. It's powerful, capable, and feature-rich without ever becoming a burden in terms of its size, weight, fragility, or battery life, and I've never used a laptop like this before. One honest thing though, this is a business machine first. It handled the occasional Resolve and Photoshop work fine all week, but if heavy video or photo editing is your daily job, dedicated creator laptops focus far more on providing hardware that can handle more intensive production tasks. With that said, the ExpertBook Ultra handled DaVinci Resolve edits incredibly well thanks to the Series 3 Intel Core Ultra X7 processor. Resolve is a pretty demanding piece of software, but scrubbing through the timeline is smooth and playback is lag-free and able to hit the native frame rate for playback with great ease. It's honestly pretty crazy to see this on a business class laptop. The efficiency of the Series 3 Intel Core Ultra X7 processor allows me to edit videos and thumbnails for hours off the plug and handle software updates without an issue. The ExpertBook Ultra is built for what most businesses and entrepreneurs actually want day to day: reliability, convenience, security, durability, and ease of travel. So if you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur, or someone on the move who needs something truly light to carry that keeps up and then gets out of your way, the ASUS ExpertBook Ultra is a great option. The ASUS ExpertBook Ultra is available at the ASUS store. To learn more, click the link in the description. That's the power of ASUS with Intel inside.